Good afternoon. Happy New Year to you. God bless you. Pray God's favor upon you for this year 2021. That you will have a year of a lot of learning, but also of protection, yeah, over your life and that of your family. It's good to see you. I'm happy to be able to see your face. Yeah, looking at a name is not nice. It's nicer to see you. Yeah. Okay. Today's lesson is going to be just some information about this semester, what the semester will be like, and what the expectations are. It's similar to last semester, not much change. We will have our pre-study, study, and our post-study. Yeah. So our pre-study, as you know, you watch the video and do the activities in your textbook. And then the study or review is the Zoom meeting, and you can ask questions. That's also the time when we will do post-test and so. After that, you will do your post-study, which is you working on your ebook activities. Now, there were quite a lot of students who didn't finish their work in the first semester. Yeah, who didn't do everything. That's so sad. So your grades are not that good because of it. That's sad. Yeah. So I really hope that in this semester you can keep up a bit better. I made a lesson schedule for you just like last semester. If you follow that schedule, you will be done in time. Okay. Now we're going to look at that. Now, before we continue, I want to say this. Normally, you would have 5 periods, class periods in a week. 5 class periods means 5 times 40 minutes is 3 hours and 20 minutes. You're going to have 2 Zoom hours with me starting this semester, yeah? Yes. Yeah, you were supposed to have a lesson with me on Tuesday, right? We didn't have it. So this semester you will have 2 hours of Zoom meeting with me. One is for language and one is for literature, okay? That's the difference from last semester. So remember that we're going to have literature. And the book that you're going to read is the Odyssey. Now, you're supposed to pick up this book at school, but there's a but. Because we're still with the government regulations, that means that we cannot have you come to school to pick up the book yet. So what we did is we have to wait until the end of January for you to be able to come to school to pick up your book. Okay, your homeroom teacher will arrange that for you. This is a book that we will be reading, the Odyssey. Okay, it's a really nice book. The original book, this is written by Homer. The original book is thick, yeah. But as you know, this is an ESL reader, so it's made thinner and the language is made a little bit easier because it's basically an old story. Yeah. Now, you must have noticed that through the WhatsApp, I've sent you a PDF file. Guys, I did my best. I cam scanned the pages. Not all of it. It's I think I only sent you Unit 1 and Unit 2. Basically covers it until the end of January. Since you cannot get your book yet, and we got to start, so I cam scanned it. It's not perfect. It's not as good, but at least you guys can read it, okay? Yeah. So that's because you don't have the book yet. But then once you guys can come to school to pick it up, you will hear from your Wally what the schedule is for you to take it. Yeah? Awesome beans. Now, we're going to look at the unit schedule. That's super important because basically this unit schedule tells you what you need to do. For Unit 3, it covers everything from pre-study to post-study, the steps of your project, now also what is going to be discussed for language and literature. Okay, it starts off, there is no post-study, of course, for today because we haven't really studied anything yet, but there is pre-study for next week's lesson. Okay, As you can see here for literature, you see click here. That is the link for the Odyssey. This is called Spark Notes. And Spark Notes is really cool because it holds all the information for literature. Most students in international schools will use this as well to look for all sorts of things regarding the book that they're reading. So here you go. We have a study guide, full text, infographic. See here, you even have the text of it. Look at that. Yeah. But remember, this would be the book. This is the original version of the book. What we're having is a shorter version, still complete, but a shorter version. So it will not line up with what you see here. But if you were to want to read that, that is possible. For the study guide, you can see that there's a lot of information as well. The summary, plot overview, key questions, answers. What does the ending mean? A summary analysis for every unit chapter. It talks about the characters, the main ideas, the themes, the plot analysis, allusions, the style, the tone. Guys, basically everything you need to know for literature is in this thing. And the quotes that we find that are good, and then there's further study. So this is a really awesome link that gives you basically all the information you need to know for the Odyssey. But as I said, remember, we are not reading the original book, but an adaptation of it, which is still a complete story though. So it's important that you keep that in mind. If, for example, you have a hard time with English, maybe you can just look the Odyssey up in Bahasa Indonesia. Maybe you have something like Spark Notes in Bahasa Indonesia. I don't know. You might, but you could look it up in Bahasa if that would help you out. Okay. So basically for literature, the steps are really clear already. You will have 3 quizzes. After 2 chapters, you will have a quiz. And at the end, you will not have a test, but just a literary analysis that you will do based on the book. Okay? Now, it's important that you will read the book by yourself. We are not reading a lot in class. We are going to read some parts in class. The cool thing is that with this book, I got a CD, so we can use the audio as well. That's actually cool. But the rest you would really have to read at home, because in class we're probably more going to do the analysis on it. See the chapter 1 review. Like I tell you to read chapter 1, we're going to analyze it and review it and so on. Okay, and look at the literary devices and elements. Yes. Now, we can see for our projects, it starts this week, yeah, for brainstorming for your locking journal. In a bit, I will explain to you what your project is. So take this week to really figure out the topic and so on, and try to just brainstorm on ideas in your group. Now, there's another thing I've added in this schedule, which is kind of new in a way. These are the groups. And why have I placed EPS and IPA together? Because this unit schedule is for IPA and IPS. I don't make a schedule according to each class because it's the same information. That also figures why I put the dates from the Monday to the Friday. So whichever is your date, that's where you will fit in, right? So here you see your, I forgot to do your group. Look at that, you're empty. You have no one. You're empty, you're a ghost. Oh boy, I forgot. Okay, after this, I'm gonna make your group. And me thinking I made such a good admin already.
Miss,
Yep.
I would like to ask something.
Yep.
This semester only until March?
No, May.
Oh, until May. But you only make a schedule until March.
Yeah, because that's only unit 3.
Ah, okay.
That's a good question. So in this semester, we're gonna do unit 3 and 4. Yeah. It's good of you to ask that. So this one means that for one unit we'll do 8 weeks. Supposedly we were supposed to do 4 units in a semester, people. 4. But because of COVID, it's only 2. Yeah. So we're supposed to do 1 unit per month. Now we're doing 1 unit for 2 months. So we're pacing very slow. Juga saya mau tekankan ya. Normally you have 5 periods of studying that equals to 3 hours and 20 minutes. Okay. Now you're doing 2 hours of Zoom, one lit, one length, means you have basically 1 hour and 20 minutes left. Right? From the 5 periods. Menganggap 5 jam pelajaran pertemuan di kelas itu dengan jam clock hour itu sama dengan 3 jam 20 menit. 2 jam diambil untuk language and literature, jadi tersisa 1 jam 20 menit, berarti 40 menit untuk pre-study, nonton video, mengerjakan tugas di textbook, dan 40 menit untuk mengerjakan post-study, yaitu e-book activities. Ya, kalau untuk e-book nggak butuh 40 menit, itu cepat sekali. Ya, jadi e-book activities for post-study and pre-study, watching the video and doing the textbook activities, itu bukan PR. Tolong dipaham. Itu bukan PR, bukan homework. Yang homework itu hanya reading project and speaking project. Only 2. Yeah? Your writing project is your writing in your journal. Your speaking project is your speaking test and your log. Okay? Selain itu masih termasuk jam pelajaran yang seharusnya kita kasih zoom. Tapi kalau kita zoomin semua, itu kebanyakan. Oke? Understood? Yes. Cool. Jadi ini memang sesuai dengan jam. Yeah, so I'll make the groups in a bit. So that means that the test week is on the first week of March. 10 IPA, Selasa, Tuesday, the 2nd of March. You will have your Unit 3 test for listening and speaking and reading and writing. Semua e-book activity udah harus selesai untuk listening and speaking, reading and writing. Submit log dan journal di dalam Google Form, ya. Dan link bisa dicari di e-book. Semua link ada di e-book. Speaking test juga harus dikumpulkan link audio atau video di dalam log. Oke? Dan untuk literature, ini salah ketik. Tidak ada unit test, tapi submit project. Itu akan jadi literary analysis. Ya? Literary analysis, like a short writing. Ya? Oke, itu nanti saya akan masukin. Saya belum masukkan.
Miss, how about the content for our journal and our log, Miss?
Yeah.
What is the content? What we're gonna write down in our journal?
I'm going to explain that now. Okay, I need to write things down, otherwise I'm afraid that I forget. So let's take a look at that, yeah? So we're going to look at listening and speaking first. Why explore space? That's what we're looking at in this unit. The topic is space, yeah, for the whole unit for reading and writing, listening and speaking. Here we see the picture of an astronaut. Beautiful picture. Scary though, hanging there. I already sent you the video of listening 1, and I already gave the description for it. Please watch it and do Unit 3 listening 1 in your textbook, answer the activities. So in our next week's Zoom meeting, you can check your answers and ask questions. We can do a good review, ya. Kalau saya harus ajari semua pada saat Zoom, jadinya kelamaan. Okay, so pre-study itu sangat penting. Okay, we're gonna look at space exploration. Look at the photo. How do you think it feels to be in space? Now, these are three questions. Ini juga dibahas di video. Please think about it, and it's important that you can respond to this. This brings me to the point of interaction. Kalau kalian hadir, hanya hadir di Zoom tapi tidak menjawab atau interact, itu sama dengan tidak hadir. Nanti akan saya catat kalian absen. Walaupun namanya kalian ada di situ, ya nanti mulai minggu depan saya pasti akan panggil nama, harus respon. Okay? Because otherwise, for all I know, you're sleeping or doing something else. Yeah, so it's important that you're interactive during our Zoom meeting starting next week. Now, focus on the topic is the building of the background. That is always the beginning of the unit. It's like the big topic. It's like exploring what the topic is about. And why is that important? Because it's the start of your critical analysis. You're analyzing the topic and you're trying to lean in, you're leaning in into information or things you already know about this topic. So basically, what do I know about space and space exploration? What have I learned about it in school? Have I ever read anything about it, watched anything on or read anything on the internet about it? You know, you're like trying to correlate your own knowledge with the knowledge of the topic that we're going to talk about. And in this case, you're going to be opinionated, means reasoning. Yeah, reasoning initiates analysis, okay? So this is important. So please do this so in the next Zoom meeting you can respond. That brings us to page 75. Page 75, we can see our speaking task is our speaking project. In small groups, you're going to do a group discussion. You're going to do a group discussion. People share information and have a conversation about ideas in a small discussion, right? What you're going to do, you will have a group discussion about the positive and negative effects of space exploration. Yeah, so let me see my, yeah. So you're gonna make a group discussion with your friends about the positive and negative effects of space exploration. Here it says you will have two small group discussions. Now you're just gonna have one group discussion, yeah. And in that discussion, you will talk about the benefits and drawbacks, or the positive and negative effects. Yeah, we're talking about effects. So why is space exploration good and why is it not so good? Now, the first step that you do is I will make your group and I will place it in the Unit 3 schedule, the Unit 3 lesson schedule. I already gave that to you through WhatsApp this morning. That was because I'm not ready yet with my Moodle. My apologies. So it will also be on Moodle ASAP, but I just gave it to you already through WhatsApp so you have it fast, since that is important. Step one, so I divide you into groups, at least of 4. Depends a little bit on the number of your class, yeah? There are 4 aspects: finance and economy, environment, innovation and development, human and relations. These are the 4 components you're going to talk about. So when you're talking about positive and negative effects, think about finance and economy, environment, innovation and development, and human relations. Okay? Basically, what they do here is you would have to make a group, and then one group does one topic. So there are 4 groups. And then after that group already got the information, then we make a new group, and each group has one member that has the information of each item. I would have done that when we would be in school, but since it is online, that is not so practical, right? So I'm just going to make one group, and maybe you can divide your group if it's in 4. One person researches on finance and economy, the other one environment, the other one innovation development, and the other one on human relations. Okay, you can divide it that way. Make sure that your group has a leader, because a discussion must have a leader to make the discussion go. You can just use Zoom. We are in a pandemic, so you can just use Zoom for your discussion and do it that way. But you can, and you can also use, please use visuals. So just screen share to show visuals of the positive and negative effects because visuals speak more. Yeah. What you can also do is if you would want to just use some visual as in the topic, let's say that you now talk about finance and economy, you can screen share that and go back to unsharing it, not sharing it. So stop sharing it so we can see the faces. Remember to edit your video as well, yeah? At least beginning and end. Yeah, that's basically it. Because in this explanation, it shows that you do it the other way, right? One group does one subtopic, and then you have one group based already expertise of each topic. But we don't do that because it takes too much time. So, discussion. What is a discussion? When you talk about something from multiple perspectives and you're more objective. In a discussion, you're not too biased. It's not based on your personal opinion. I can have a discussion and not even say what I think, look. I can show you, for example, if we talk about the Odyssey, this book, this edition, I can say why it could be good or why it could be wrong, but it is not necessarily my opinion. Yeah, so the discussion is looking at something from multiple perspectives in a more objective way. You're always looking at the pro and the con of things when you do a discussion. What would be the benefits? What would be the drawbacks? Well, there are people who might not like it. There are students who might not like this book for the reason that it is too thin, maybe because the level is too low. Other students though, whose level is really according to this, they will love it because they will be able to follow it. Have I mentioned my opinion? No, I have not. What I think it's a good book. So see what I mean? A discussion is more leaning into multiple perspectives, looking at things from different angles, and showing the pro and con. And yeah, you can add your opinion. Of course you can. Yeah? Are there any questions about this? If it comes to the outline, I will place an example of the outline in Moodle. Yeah, Moodle will have in the description, it will have an example of the outline so you know how to outline it.
So that is for our journal, Miss.
This is for your speaking project, for your log. Yeah. So basically, this one will just have an outline of speaking points, yeah? So probably just, you know, you have the beginning, the opening, and I will give an example in Moodle. And then you just have like the first main point would be this point discussion and that point of discussion and that, and then you probably have a conclusion. But remember that you talk about all these aspects, talking about positive and negative effects, because place exploration, these are the things. If you only say place exploration, it's very broad, yeah? So these are like the subtopics in relation to space exploration.
Miss, for our speaking, also we will make a video about our discussion, right? Or
Just do a Zoom meeting. Yeah,
so,
just do a Zoom meeting. And a Zoom meeting can be recorded, right? So just do that. And if you want to show pictures or whatever, you just share screening and screen sharing, I mean, and then in the end, you can just edit it, trim it, you know, done. That's an easier way, I think, right? Try easier ways, yeah? Heck, of course we look for easier ways. Okay, I want to go to the other one. Okay, sorry. Okay, if we're looking at, let's look at the reading and writing, exploring the red planet. We're exploring the red planet. We're talking about Mars, yeah? Eh, catat niya. This is a very cool topic for this unit. Very interesting. Okay, again, for the building of the background, when you watch the video next week, please think about this and be ready with an opinion to reason in a Zoom meeting so you can respond, yeah, about these 3 points. It's important. Okay, that brings us to the project. Let's go to page 66. Okay. In this unit, you read about a plan to build a colony on Mars. The job of colonist is open to anyone. Would you go on a Mars mission? Yes or no? Oh, that is a question here. Okay. You are going to write a paragraph answering this question and explaining your decision. Yeah? What are the pros and cons of deciding one way or the other? Evaluate your own abilities. Use the vocabulary and the grammar from this unit. Okay, so you're writing a paragraph, right? You're in grade 10, so no essay yet. So you're writing, basically the type of paragraph that you're writing is called an opinion paragraph because you're writing about um, your opinion, right? Your decision, your opinion. So that means it's an opinion paragraph. Yeah. Wait a second. So we have, yeah. So you're gonna basically, if we're looking at the topic itself, the question is, would you go to on a Mars mission? That's basically the question, right? Would you or would you not? Would you go? So there is a job opening, and the question is, would you go as a colonist to go to Mars to help the mission there? Yes or no? So in order to answer this, you give your opinion, right? I would go, yeah, or no, I wouldn't go. So then you would have to give reasons for why you would go or reasons for why you would not go. Or maybe, yeah. So you have to think about what the pros and cons are in this. So state your decision, right? Explain your decision. And what you have to add, though, are the pros and cons of deciding one way or the other. Yeah. So if, for example, you say, yes, I would go, but what are the pros and cons of going? And no, I won't go. What are the pros and cons also? So evaluate also your own abilities in answering that and use the vocab and grammar from this unit. Yeah. So here, for example, to pre-write as your brainstorm, you can use this, the 2 columns. This chart shows the pros and cons of going to Mars. Pros for going to Mars, cons for going to Mars. Don't think too much, just list any ideas that come into your mind. Yeah, and then you can basically come up with your decision. Now, what you need to understand of an opinion paragraph is that it is the whole writing, a paragraph is based on your opinion. So basically, in your topic sentence, you will state the topic and the purpose, which is the topic is the question and the purpose is your answer. So basically, in your topic sentence, you will state something like, if there were to be a chance to go on a Mars mission as a colonist, I would happily accept, for example. That means that your first main point will be the reason why you would accept, and the second main point, the reason why you would accept, and the third main point, why you would accept, and then in your concluding sentence, you would round it up, right? That is when we're talking about opinion writing is like that. Okay, so an opinion is then stated at the beginning, and your opinion is explained by using reasons. So remember that you use P and P, yeah? Point, explanation, example. Point, explanation, example, linking. So if you have the first main point, point, explanation, example, second main point, point, explanation, example. Let's say third, point, explanation, example, and then the concluding sentence linking back to the topic sentence. Yeah? Yeah, so here would be opinion, your opinion, whether you would go or not. And this would be main point one, that is reason one, PEE. Yeah? PEE. PEEL, linking back to the topic sentence. Does that make sense? Yeah? So reason one, reason two. And then it's done. Now, so point, explanation, example, point, explanation, example, linking. The concluding sentence is always linking back to the topic sentence. Here is an example with Mars team job, which Mars team job to take. Yeah. This is only a paragraph, not two paragraphs, only one paragraph. After graduating, I chose a job at the Ames Research Center in Mountain View near San Francisco instead of the job at Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena near Los Angeles for three reasons. See, so this is the statement and the three reasons. First reason, and then all explained. Second reason, third reason. And then we have the concluding sentence. Although I thought it would be difficult to choose between two dream jobs, it really wasn't, because the area near the Ames Research Center is close to my family. It's clear air and it's less crowded, and it sums it up. Yeah? So it's important that you keep it only one. Okay, and that brings us to your final draft checklist. Does your paragraph clearly explain the reasons for your decision? So every reason is a main point. Does it contain a topic sentence? Three supporting points. So three reasons and a concluding sentence. So you have topic sentence, main point one, main point two, main point three, concluding sentence. Yeah, it can also be two. It's up to you. Two or three. Yeah, dua boleh, tiga boleh. But at least two. Yeah. Does its supporting point focus clearly on one reason? Jadi penjelasannya, explanation, example have to focus on explaining the reason. Are there details to explain each supporting point? Concluding sentence. Use infinitives of purpose. Use parallel structure. And use the vocab from the unit. Okay? It's only one paragraph. That should not take so long. So remember, give your opinion, your decision, and give two or three reasons for why you have that opinion, and you're done. If you only have two reasons, you have P peel. If you have three reasons, you have PP peel. All right? That's how it works in structure. I'll make sure that I'll make the groups after the Zoom meeting, yeah? So you can access that and look at it. For opinion, remember, opinion is always just focused on stating your opinion, and then in the body focuses on giving reasons for that opinion. That is basically it. So in a paragraph, it would be, the opinion would be stated in a topic sentence, and then the main points in the body will explain the reasons. And then the conclusion just kind of summarizes the opinion one more time, but using different words. All good? I think it's clear, yeah? It's not that hard. Now, in terms for outline, I always give an example in the descriptors. I will put the descriptors in Moodle and your ebook, But the example of the outline I will place in Moodle only. I do that for speaking and for writing. So if you're still confused, like, oh, what's the outline going to be like? I always give an example so you can just look at it. But remember, do not submit work in Moodle. Don't. It's all in a Google form. And do not use a link from another class. Setiap kelas punya link berbeda. Ya, access your links through ebook. If you have a problem opening the link through your ebook, ask your friend from your class. Don't ask from IPS. They have a different link. Okay? Nanti itu nilai tidak tercatat. Okay? Now, for the, what is that? Let me go from here, it's easier. For literature, read chapter 1. Yeah, this week. Karena ini kan minggu ini ya, free study minggu ini, watch the video, listening 1, and do the activities in your textbook, yeah, unit 3, listening 1. And for literature, read chapter 1. It's in the PDF that is in your group. Yeah, and if you have a hard time with it, look something up on Bahasa Indonesia, in Bahasa Indonesia. And start brainstorming for your speaking projects and your writing projects. Yeah? Okay? Cool beans. Yay. Anything else, maybe?
Can I ask something, Miss?
Yeah. Where's your face? I don't see your face.
Sorry, wait. Yeah, wait.
Hi.
Just... Hello, Miss. I have a question. What else should we put in the Odyssey, the literature analysis?
Oh, that one I haven't explained yet. I will explain that throughout the course of action because I still, it's probably just going to be a book report. So it's just going to be a summary, a book summary on what the story is about, but in your own words. So, but
So later on,
I will give it to you later on. Yeah, I will
okay.
give you an essay question for that, and you have to answer that question. Yeah, thank you for asking that.
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Anything else? No? Okay, then we're going to round up this lesson for today. I will see you again on Tuesday. Yeah? Make sure you have read unit chapter 1, yeah, so we can discuss. Great. Okay, then. God bless you, everybody. I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye,
Miss.
Miss.
Bye.
Bye.